Hi guys, I hope you are well. I wanted to share a little testimony about something that happened in my life a few years ago, and I really hope it encourages you. Um, so, a couple of years back in my life, there was someone in my life who was very much against God and against church. Like any time it came up, it was just like didn't even want to listen. And I tried to use the odd opportunity to speak to him about it, but obviously I didn't want to push it and kind of put a divide between our friendship that we had. And um, and I remember it must have been on a Friday afternoon. I remember praying, and I really felt God was asking me to go and pray with this person, let alone talk about God. Like, now God wants me to go pray with them. And I remember feeling, no, but this person was very like resentful, anything to do with God. And I was like, surely God, this is not what you want me to do. And um, and anyway, God was like, no, this is what you must do. And I thought, no, man, how is this going to work? How is this person even going to listen to me? And anyway, so that was the Friday, and I didn't want to do it, and I already settled in my heart that I was not going to talk to this person. And Saturday came, and I was still like, no, not going to do this, even though I could feel this is what God wanted me to do. I thought that I was definitely against it. There's Mike's. And then Sunday came, and on a Sunday, for quite a while, I would play squash with my dad and my brother-in-law. And this particular afternoon, like a normal squash game, the ball got dropped to the front of the court, and I ran for it. I didn't even jump on my foot. I didn't even do any hectic moves. I just kind of jogged to the front. It was quite a normal, easy shot to get to. And I stood on my ankle, my left ankle, and the ligaments just tore. They just went like that for no reason. They just tore. Well, for no reason, I thought then. And I just remember the pain was so excruciating that I couldn't even cry. I just had to laugh. That was the only way I could kind of cope with it or deal with it was to laugh. Anyway, and so we kind of like hopped into the car and went home. And I remember um, just feeling sorry for myself because of my ankle. It like ballooned and it started bruising, and it was so sore. And luckily, someone had crutches for me to borrow because I still had, work on that Monday. And so I get my crutches. Monday comes, and I crutch on in to the work where I was at. And believe it or not, this person that God had asked me to speak to had the exact same injury. So not the same way, but they had the exact same injury, torn ligaments, but in the exact same ankle, the exact same injury, exact same place. And so the moment I saw that, I thought, this is it. And anyway, so I went to them and we're chatting about what happened and all that. And I said to them, do you mind if I pray for you? And for the first time ever, this person was receptive of it and said, yes, that would be nice. So we went outside and we prayed. And do you know what? There wasn't healing straight away, but for me, it was very encouraging, just because God created the most perfect situation where we would be able to pray and where this person would receive that prayer. And I'm not in contact with them now. I mean, this is many years ago when I had a lot less gray hair. And I don't know where they're at, but I also have to believe that that seed was planted and God is doing what he needs to do with that person's life. And what I just like to say with all of this is, sometimes, like even now with this virus, we don't understand the reason why. I hurt my ankle. It was very painful. I don't know why, but in hindsight, I understand completely why. And it's an amazing story that I can tell because of this thing that happened. And even now, this virus, now, I don't want to be on the bench of God created it or he hasn't killed it or whatever it is. Like, that's a whole theological debate that I don't even want to go into. It's really, really simple. I know God doesn't want us to suffer, but I also know that he is really wise and all-knowing, and that he can ordain and put the most perfect situations together to do something incredible. And we have to trust that. Even if it is painful in the moment, we have to remind one another about what God can do. So where you at, I just pray that God will give you his peace that transcends all understanding. I pray that just during this time that if you've lost work, that you'd be blessed financially, that God would see to your every need. And I pray that you would also just hear from him and where he wants to use you in amongst this whole setup that's going on. So be encouraged and have a great day. God bless.